Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile. This is a new recording session, and I am back at Pangol's hut. Because off-camera, I decided to go for the mean adventurer option, as one does. And tell Grazer that mutt dog calls you mutton. The sheep looks more offended than you'd previously thought possible. Bah! That is a cruel thing to call a sheep. Well, let me tell you this. Rover hides all his bones and such under a rock in the trees. That will show him. The sheep turns away angrily. Well, surely a dog's bones wouldn't be that interesting to us. Let's try doing that. Okay, can't do it from that angle. And look at the rock. You look under the boulder and find a collection of dry, heavily chewed bones. On closer inspection, however, you notice that one of the bones is actually a scroll tube. Haha, thanks, Grazer. And apparently Brent is absolutely at his weight limit. Maybe I should give Orig the breastplate. I think Orig is stronger. I may need to invest in some extra points of strength for some characters here. But anyway, now that that's done, let's get into a fight with some bears, because why not? Honestly, I'm not sure if the field spells, if they outright kill an enemy if the XP goes to the caster, or if that XP gets spread around the party. Field spells are kind of weird like that. Very large patch of rubble here. And a tunnel into the mountains. What goodies might await? Nothing in that corner. There is a dramatic increase in the number of burned and gnawed bones on either side of the trail. This is rarely good news. You are trying to advance up the valley carefully, in order to not give advance warning to any evil creatures residing here. It didn't work. Your scent was detected by hosts of reptilian heads. You run, but not fast enough. The hydras are almost immediately upon you. Whoa. Bad news. Hydras. Good? News? There's only 2 of them. I've had enough trouble with the baby hydras already. Blessing Lyra first, because she does have the lowest hit point count at the moment. And of course, if the field spells aren't direct enough, there's always a wound. Dang it. Should I try that again, or should I come back a little bit later? Oh yeah, 3 Hydras is totally going to go better. Not dead yet. And cast a little goo to web you up. This would be a real nice time to have things like slow group, curse all. I'm running just a little low on spell points. Oh, phooey, you're not quite in ideal fireball range. Could cast Wall of Force. Actually, you know what? Stinking Cloud. How high level are you? And Thistle's about to be a little bit useless. Ooh, I can choose where my summons go. Skeletons might be useful? Now you're in fireball formation. I really think I'm too low level to be succeeding at this fight right now. Yeah, you are level 20. That is way higher than me. I think I will reload and move off the other way. Goblins are much more my speed. This'll needs more levels. And eventually Thistle will get more levels. Hello. I don't remember what this one is, I just decided to start checking all of the walls. That's lava. Why is there lava? The valley ends at a small, highly active hot spring. I shouldn't do this. Okay, that's just all there is. Just a little hot spring that is too hot to actually bathe in. And here's the river again. And here's a town. And here's me wandering off to complete the map a little better. Wonder what's in the swamp. This foul, stagnant fen has attracted several horrid beasts, who have set up a cozy lair here. They regard you as a fortunate source of tasty meat and rush you, tendrils wiggling. Alright, let's see if poison fungi are, less dangerous than the hydras. So far, so good. So far, so very poisoned. But Sally Cat, you can't solve all your problems with Fireball. Watch me try. Yike. Searching their lair, you find that these creatures have had some success waylaying travelers. Most of the victims' goods have rotted or rusted away. However, one ring managed to survive. And now I gotta walk back out of the swamp. Hey, everybody's poisoned! Yay! Just walk it off, everybody. We'll be fine. We may not, in fact, be fine. Aww. Okay, fine. I'll put those on the list of come back to it later. Oh. But now we explore the town of Marralis. So the northern half of Marralis, right next to the river, is largely taken up by cropland, which sadly is diseased cropland at present. This man is prowling among his crops like a wolf, watching for the slightest sign of rot or disease. When he sees it, he stoops swiftly down to painstakingly cut the afflicted plant away. He seems loath to turn away from his work to speak with you. I am Kevin. While he says it, he watches his plants, not you. I'm a farmer. Tough work here in the Vale. Yeah, Skylark Vale, pure paradise. He spits. You can grow things here. You just have to work hard and kill the afflicted plants the moment they're touched. There's only one lucky bugger who's managed to escape it. Yeah, his name's Pangle. He lives in a hut to the southwest. He thinks, you know, maybe he can help us. If you talk to him, maybe he'd know something. Of course, he is pretty mean. Yeah, he's an old miser of a guy. But you know, he kind of likes me. Mention my name to him. If he knows I sent you, he might help you. Interesting. And who are you hiding back here? This girl should clearly be in bed. She's deathly pale, and is obviously quite weak. However, the scrapes on her legs and dirt everywhere else seems to indicate that this isn't a child who takes well to being cooped up. She stands up to walk up to you. She limps up to you, bold as can be, and looks over your weapons and armor with great interest. I'm Ivan. She's slow in responding. You see that she started feeling quite ill. She looks up at you. I'm just trying to be outside. She wavers slightly. They all say I should be in bed. I don't like being in bed. I want to be out in the air, like Daddy and Brother. Why don't I get to play? My brother's Yossi. Daddy is Vandor. They say I can't play. I'm too weak. She suddenly becomes upset. I just want to be outside. You want to take me in, don't you? I won't go in. I won't. Tears streaming down her face, she moves away. She's trying to run, but she doesn't have the strength left, so she just stumbles back to where she was resting. Poor kid. By any measure, this town's crops are a disaster. They get plenty of sun and plenty of water from the nearby river, and yet they are dying by the bushel. The dead plant matter then rots, coating the ground with a thick, viscous mass. You can't blame people for abandoning the Vale, if this is all their life's work amounts to. I mean, getting plenty of water from the river might be a big part of your problem there. Another child. At first, you aren't sure why this boy is walking so slowly and carefully. Then you figure it out. He's blind. His sharp ears pick up your approach, and he turns slowly to face you. His voice is quiet. Talking to you seems to make him nervous. I am Yossi. He thinks, I am trying to play. It's hard to play with my eyes gone all funny. I move around and try not to trip on things. It makes me sad. I like to wander all over. He perks up, pleased that you're interested. Yeah, I found a big, scary hole, and I looked around the old magic school, too. I hiked up there. It's way up to the northeast. There are 4 ways in, and I went in them all. They all end in big doors. I couldn't open them, so I left. My daddy told me that was the old magic school. Don't know anything about that, though. He peers at you intently, trying to make out some details. My daddy's Vandor. He says it's the water that burns that hurted me. He's smart, but it all makes him sad. And what about this big scary hole? He looks excited. Yeah, it's straight south from town. You can't see it until you're really close. I didn't go in because it's scary, but I like to look at it. So easy for me to accidentally leave towns. Okay, that's a little strange. You are full of webs and barrels. And garbage. And bones. And other, more different garbage. And lamps. Not sure I'm that impressed by lamps right now. Oops. You didn't need that one. Also, I hope that my keyboard sound isn't too loud for you. But, of course, we're all retro gamers here, so it's just part of the authentic experience to have a louder, clacky keyboard. My recording Mac wasn't playing nice with my wireless keyboard, so this is the one I got. It's somebody's house. This one is Covington's Archery. This shop is run by a lovely blonde woman who wears a charm with a black stone. Her longbow is kept close at hand, and she wears a full quiver of arrows. I am Covington. Greetings. I sell missiles of all sorts and all shapes and sizes, the better for hunting the wide variety of vermin which surrounds us. Are you interested in bows, arrows, or throwables? Ooh, I could buy a lemonwood bow as an upgrade to the cavewood bow. We've got arrows. Iron arrows are kind of expensive. And throwables include darts, iron darts, magic darts, and some throwing knives. So tell me more about these vermin. Between the goblins, the bears, and the bandits, it's a wonder I can make enough missiles to sustain us. The goblins live for the most part to the north. Beware them. They seem weak, but they can easily swarm and overwhelm you. The bears to the south, normally placid creatures, have decided, in the face of lack of game, to hunt two-legged meat, if you catch my meaning. Oh, yes, we do. The bandits live, for the most part, to the east, though I've heard rumors of a lair of them to the south. Okay. So I believe I can ask about the charm she's wearing. Yes. Her hand rises to her charm. This? Merely a good luck charm. Alright then. At least I know I won't be running out of ammunition. As long as I don't run out of gold. City Hall. You meet the mayor of Marralis. His nervous manner, facial tics, and constant sheen of nervous sweat all say one thing. Bureaucrat desperately out of his depth. He looks very glad to see you. I am more than pleased, in fact ecstatic, to have the honor of welcoming you. I am known as Mayor Broder, Esquire, honored Empire Liaison to the town of Marralis. Ah, yes. My job is a complicated and multifaceted question, but I shall endeavor to answer. I am the mayor and leader of this town, and the first defense against fear and destruction. Whether my manifold paths leads me to bookkeeping, filling out forms, answering to my Empire superiors, or simply occupying space, I always strive to rise to the necessities of my position. Aha. So you're good at administrivia and not great at responding to the current disaster. He grimaces. Alas, the painful fact of the curse has made it clear that my skill set for my current position is sadly inadequate. The curse has, as you can imagine, severely curtailed the standard operating parameters of our village. Empire procedures regarding impending doom are stiffly insufficient. Now, alas, I am forced to turn to adventurers for assistance. The children of my village are ill, dying in fact. Our current healing magic is insufficient. However, I've heard rumors of the School of Magery, and suspect there may be magic inside which can help us. Return something to us which can help us, and I will reward you to the extent of my meager abilities. Okay, that's a pretty good reason to get inside the school. Unfortunately, fear and destruction are much more relevant to our current situation than my previous form-filling skills. Alas, the curse has shown all of us to be inadequate, each in our own special way. He's a paper pusher, but honestly, I kinda like him. Marralis Warehouse. Full of things that I probably shouldn't be taking. Marralis Magical Goods. Temporarily closed. Well, the door is not magically locked, but the magic barriers are definitely not something I can deal with. However, I notice a moldy-looking wall, and I notice that I have the Move Mountain spell. Tee-hee-hee. Ow, hey. Come on, you're not using it. There's an orb and a figure. That are not mine, and right now I'm not letting that stop me. just enough health and spell points to get out of that one. Physically, this man is as strong a specimen as you've ever met. Inside, however, he's clearly a wreck. He stares at his empty mug despondently, barely even registering your presence, or the fact that you just barged into his private house. "I'm Vandor," he mutters. "What do you want?" "I've heard of you. You're the adventurers. You want to know what my job is? Being worthless, that's what. I might as well be dead for all the good I am. I raised crops, and they're rotting away. Yossi and Ivan look to me for help, and I can do nothing. Their mother trusted me, and now she's gone. Why shouldn't I be dead? Hey, your kids are still around. They still need you." "My son's gone blind. My daughter is dying. Soon the curse will leave me with no family left." "You're here to save us all. That's what they say. Good luck. I might as well be dead for all the good I've done." "People say all sorts of things about where the curse comes from, but I'm a farmer, and I know. The water, it's bitter. It eats the plants away. Soon nothing's left but rot." I don't remember if there's anything else I can get from him. This looks like it could be an inn, but I don't see anyone here. And the pedestal with book does nothing. Okay. Perhaps a big fancy house that may or may not be currently occupied. Temple of Divine Justice. The temple's sole occupant is a woman who paces anxious orbits around the room. Although she's clearly lost in thought, you finally manage to get her attention. "I am Somrath. Welcome, adventurers. I am the leader and teacher of the Temple of Divine Justice. Alas, there has been all too little justice in the Vale lately. It is the curse. It is strange. We of the Valley have been so occupied with keeping our bodies and spirits alive that we have had little energy left to spare to figure out what causes the curse that destroys us. That is why I am here, pacing and thinking. I think about the source of the curse, which appeared so suddenly and inexplicably. And interestingly, there is one other inexplicable thing in this valley. The old abandoned school of Magery. It's a huge structure, full of power, unenterable and abandoned. And as far as I know, there are only 2 people in the Vale who know of it, Aviso and Axel. Well, there's also Yossi, but he's just a kid. Last I heard, both resided in Sweetgrove. If you wish to lift the curse, be sure to speak with them. They may be able to help." There is a pause for thought. Actually, I heard Aviso was fleeing. That means that if he's even still in the valley, he'll probably be in Fort Talrus. That's where people stop when on their way to a saner place. I spread wisdom and strength to all those who come and visit me. To the farmers, I give comfort. To those such as yourselves, I teach spells, if the interest is there. Oh, yes, it is. She sighs. Alas, with the curse about, it seems that no amount of comfort is ever enough. Spells! Okay, cure all poison. I'm going to need that. Most definitely. Prices are expensive, and I can't afford very many of them. Dispel Undead could be good. Cleanse purifies on webs and all diseases cured. Cleanse isn't as useful as the game wants you to believe, given that there's already a cure disease spell, and webbing is pretty easy to remove. And now I am broke. But I have some very useful spells. As you cross the bridge, mist from the river below settles on your skin. It burns your eyes and gives you rashes. You shudder to think what effect drinking it must have. The water is also eating away at the bridge supports. Another year or two, and this bridge will be gone. Marralis to the south, and Blindlock to the east. Odd little protrusion there. Hello? Warning, goblin infestation. Official Empire notification. Gobblebisk 129. I am amused that there are official Empire notifications for goblin infestations. Warning, Goblin's Valley, stay away or die. Yeah, we'll see who's gonna do the dying here. Alright, goblin warriors can poison you. I am now slightly less broke. The hills become more jagged, the animals become scarcer, and the air becomes even more acrid. Shards of bone crunch underfoot. You seem to be approaching one of the Vale's less welcoming areas. You reach the entrance to a smaller, more remote valley. You detect the smells of cooking fires, and hear rhythmic grunting echoing in the distance. Goblins. It can only be goblins. As if to punctuate this realization, a band of goblins comes up from behind you, on the way back from an unsuccessful hunting trip. Unsuccessful until now. Oh, and you've got an ogre with you. Okay. So many good targets. Trying to get Thistle a few more kills so she can actually level up more. Yay. After that, I think I'm going to need a nap. Aw, monsters nearby. Stupid bears. Yeah, I didn't just foolishly get 2 of my party members killed off in an outdoor fight. What are you talking about? So let's just do this one again real quick. And I will save, and I will rest over here. Monsters nearby, but I have recovered a little bit more. And it's more goblins. At least they're full of tasty... At least they're full of gold and tasty XP. I said full of gold. That wasn't very much gold. Well, so much for those bears that ruined my day. At the far end of the Goblin's Valley, you find what looks like a temple. Of course, it's goblin architecture, so it also strongly resembles a huge pile of random rocks, prone to fall over at any moment. Let's enter it. You work your way in, quite reasonably afraid that the whole structure will collapse in on you. The building is about 30 feet long and 20 feet wide, and fortunately, currently bereft of goblins. At the far end, you find the standard evil altar with the standard disturbing brown stains on it. There is also a gold necklace, probably left as some sort of sacrifice. There's nothing stopping you from helping yourself. When you pick up the gold necklace, you hear a loud, shrill keening. At first, you think that some sort of foul demon has been summoned. No such luck. It was a crude alarm system. You run to the entrance of the temple and see a bunch of shrieking evil monsters running up to punish you for your theft. Hooray! You survey the carnage around you. For a moment, it's hard to believe you survived. You finish looting the temple. There's not much there, just a few coins and bits of silver. You help yourself. Excellent. Also, Thistle got a level up from that. Hooray! And now Thistle doesn't really have enough spell points to cast the curse spell. I could just run from this. Phew! Made it. Interesting grove of trees here. At the end of the peaceful forest path, you find that a druid has set herself up a small, pleasant grove. She is kneeling outside, busily planting a small row of comfrey root. Deer graze happily around her. As you approach, she sees you and waves. For whatever reason, she seems to want to talk to you. The druid stands up and greets you. As she does, bluebirds land on her shoulders and chirp a happy song. Deer walk up and nuzzle against her. It's all a bit much, really. She says, "Welcome, bold saviors. I am Aethia, guardian of the Vale. Alas, sadly, my efforts to end the curse afflicting us have been in vain." A chipmunk runs up and sits on her foot. "Fortunately, you have come. I wish to help you if I can. I know how to create some herbal concoctions that you may be able to use in your travels. Do you wish to learn how to make them?" So I can buy recipes for weak curing and weak healing. They are extremely cheap, so what the heck. I may or may not ever use those. And I've already recovered all of my health and spell points. Hooray! Another interesting path up into the mountains. Also, I just realized I should actually equip that lemon woodbow. Huh. As you enter this valley, several large lizards emerge from the rocks to trap you inside. You're in danger of becoming something's meal. The description said large lizards. It did not say anything about them being fire lizards. I am concerned. Okay, they're both over here. Great. Can I hit you with a curse from here? I cannot. Since there's only two of them, it's better to cast two powerful curses instead of one very spread out curse. Owie. And at this point, Margot doesn't have a lot of good damage options that aren't based on fire. Well, that worked. Spear's probably not going to be worth much. And it's too heavy to carry anyway. Hello? More lava. I might come back there later. I should see if the priest in Marralis has the firewalk spell. And we've pretty much circumnavigated the valley. Hooray. You walk up a remote pathway, leading up and away from the river headwaters. As you climb, you notice a chill forming in the air. You pass stones covered with strange markings, worn and unreadable. I sense danger here. Unfortunately, the danger came in the form of bandits who killed me, but good. Or killed Margot but good, but even so, it's basically impossible to use the character editor to revive someone and also save all of their inventory when it's in an outdoor battle. Okay, that's the lava. There's some goblins. Okay, there's nothing up that particular path, and now I'm saving my game before engaging against some surprisingly effective archers. Much better. Oh, blah blah, chill forming in the air, stones with strange markings. At the end of the path you find, worn away by recent rains, a crypt door. It's a stone slab, rolled over a tunnel into the hillside. With a little effort, you could easily work your way inside. You pull the crypt open and hear a thin, hideous moaning coming from inside. You try to push the stone back into place, but you aren't fast enough. Undead creatures come shambling out. Ghouls, a ghast, and a spirit. Okay. Right then, so this might be another area to come back to in a bit. Or at least with better strategy or something. So there is a bit more territory to explore in the Vale. But I'm thinking I might duck into Sweetgrove to do a little bit of identification and inventory management. So I'm going to break it here and see you all in the next episode. Until then, have a good one, everybody.